keep trying to make this video, but I'm getting distracted by kids on freaking four-wheelers going down the street. Anyway, I'm talking about movement training. Okay, stuff that I do for warm-up, for martial arts, strength and conditioning, cardio especially, and rotational core strength. The most basic exercises would be, fix my camera, planks, 4-way planks. Front, side, reverse, other side. Once you have those down, of course you can mess around with the leverages of them. By that I mean you can either have your hips extended or flexed more, or your shoulders extended or flexed more. You know, same thing here. Same thing here. Once you get stronger, especially in the wrist, probably the weakest link for most people, start working with less points of contact. Okay, if you remove a leg, probably the easiest thing to do. Removing an arm would be the next progression. And of course, you can always do 2 points of contact, removing an arm and a leg. Okay, stuff like that. Same thing again, you know, for side plank, for example, from 3 points of contact to whatever leg you want to do. Okay. Let's see, for the reverse plank, same thing. Taking a leg out of the equation, taking an arm out of the equation, whatever. Less points of contact means more difficulty for balance and strength and joint stability. For cardio and rotational core strength, use transitions between postures. Okay, for example, you can go back and forth here, then maybe there. Okay, stuff like that. If you want to keep 4 points of contact and work on these basic positions, you can transition here, here, here. You can try to skip one of those stages and go straight from plank to reverse, stuff like that. The options are really endless. I could spend probably half an hour showing all kinds of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. Think about other points of contact with the ground. Do not limit yourself to the hands and the feet only. For instance, shoulder crawls can be very useful. Here's another one. If you do jujitsu, you've probably seen this before. The butt scoot. Again, that's working rotational core strength. You can do it in front, back, side to side, whatever. Front, back being probably the easiest to do, or the most practical to do for the butt and the shoulder blades. And that's going to work out, you know, a lot of adhesion in your muscles. You have like tight shoulders, tight hips. This kind of stuff really helps. It's very similar to foam rolling or main release. You're essentially massaging yourself on the ground as you're exercising, okay? Here's another example of points of contact other than the hands and feet. Here's a 3-point of contact exercise. Okay? So don't limit yourself to just hands and feet. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Use your forearms, elbows, you know, knuckles, whatever you feel like doing. I find if you do this frequently, your wrist might get sore, feet might get sore, whatever. So give them a break, work on other parts of your body, and moving your body with those parts in contact with the ground or balancing on them. Okay? This is always very nice. Sort of dead bug kind of positions or hollow body kind of positions. Arch positions. Okay, stuff like this can be very beneficial if your wrist or ankles need a break. And you can even make those dynamic if you have, a surface you're comfortable doing it on. For example, this is going to look real silly. Stuff like that, okay? Again, options are really endless, and stuff like that where you're like walking with your shoulders or butt or ribs, as I was just doing there, can be beneficial for kind of breaking up this muscle adhesion, knots, stuff like that, increasing mobility and blood circulation in those areas. That's pretty much it, guys. So once more, the progression is basically, working from many points of contact to fewer points of contact. And of course, if you want more cardio or dynamic rotational core strength, work on transitioning from one position to another. You can do it quickly, for more power and speed, slowly for more balance and strength. And yeah, just fun stuff to do. I like it for warming up or cooling down or just, playing around having fun on like a easy day. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Y'all take care. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm down to answer. Peace. One more thing, guys, a little PS. I totally neglected to talk about leg balancing. Here's a few exercises that I enjoy doing for leg or foot balance. You can do bent knee if you want something like a little bit easy. You can do a straight leg if you want something a little harder. Okay, stuff like that can be very nice for strengthening stability and range of motion of the hips, especially, as well as strengthening the foot, because you're having to balance on one leg for a long time, okay? Stuff like that is very fun. If you're a martial artist, of course, you can work on like slow kicking, stuff like this. Again, super beneficial for hip stability and strength. And you can always, if you want to like overload this, for instance, I spoke about adding the sled to the crawls for more like strength work. You can also add like an ankle weight or something to this for more heavier like hip stability work. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, take care. Have a good one. Alright, guys, sorry for all the false endings, but there's one more thing to go over for the more advanced athletes that want, more of a challenge for their upper body. Okay, 2 points of contact, arms only, or hands only. Okay, the most basic of which would be from a cross-leg position. That's probably the easiest to hold for most people. You can do the L sit, do the straddle sit, stuff like this, okay? And of course, as always, the plank position from kneeling as well. And then again, probably the hardest one to be like the handstand position. I haven't really practiced that, so I can't really demonstrate it for you, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You can make those locomotive if you're super strong. you can actually, there's people who can like move in like an L sit position, essentially like walk in an L sit position on their hands, or do a handstand walk, stuff like this, or a planche walk. I'm definitely not there. I haven't really practiced enough for that. But there's also things like this you can do. Okay, sitting your hips down, nice control, and kind of scooting yourself in various directions, side to side, front and back. Same thing as the crawls, right? You can also use this to transition from one move to another, like that, for instance. And that's pretty much it, guys. I know I said it like 3 times already, but I do mean it this time. So if you're more advanced, try that stuff out for more of an upper body challenge. Anyway, for the 3rd time, take care. Have a good one. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm down to answer. Take it freaking easy.